Hello there, welcome back. This is still the AM show, and we're diving into the newspapers. And Manuel, my good friend, is joining us this morning.
I'm your good friend now. Hi, Eniwa, who's all gowned up. I mean, what's happening? It's Father's Day.
Elevated to friendship level.
Okay, when
I'm gowned up, going where?
I'm asking you. I mean, you're the one who's gowned up.
I'm going to church.
Oh.
After church, I'm singing in church this morning.
You
and
are?
Yes, and I felt like wearing white.
I see.
So I'm not gowned up, I'm just wearing white. And you guys are so dramatic. So dramatic, it's not even funny. Anyway, so yeah, how are you?
Well, I'm okay, and I hope our farmers are okay also. Happy Farmers Day to all of them.
Yeah, happy Farmers Day to all of our farmers. There's been a lot of issues around farming this year. Fertilizer unavailability, prices going up, so many.
But in the mix there somewhere we got, body and say 4 cities. Did you get some?
Really?
Oh yeah. The minister himself. He said 4 cities.
The minister is always giving wrong prices, so the whole year has been giving wrong price. I don't know what market he's been shopping from. Every single time he's come and he said something is the price of something, and I go to the market, it's actually not. So maybe he has a private market in his backyard, maybe somewhere in his village. Like
anyone, it's okay. It's okay. I mean, I brought it up.
No, I have major issues with him because throughout the year, every time that we've expressed concerns about things, he kind of always downplays it. Oh, it's not that bad. Oh, it's this. Oh, that'll be this. I'm like, look, like this, we don't have that. It's okay. This is where I am.
But of course,
I end it.
We hope that all the loopholes within the value chain, of course, are plugged in. Then the farmers who are putting in the work,
the loopholes won't be plugged in.
Well, I'm just hoping against hope, right? That all the things that we know, right, should be done, we can't actually do them, but have refused to do them. I'm hoping that this year, maybe next year, all of us will have a change of mind. And Kwetenate's report on missing kilos, where the LBCs, the license buying company, some of them adjust their scales to pay less to the farmers and all of that. So I mean, it's not just about the minister or about the farmers or what have you. It's an entire value chain with carriage. Our road networks are really bad, so that we can even produce the best of goods from the farms, and then they will end up getting rotten in the farms.
In transit. In transit.
Exactly. And so, I mean, it's a whole big deal, because if we were looking to be self-sufficient, we should.
Food-wise, then it's important. But happy Farmers Day, anyway, so all the farmers out there who work hard to bring us good produce. So, okay, do you want to start?
Yes, I want to start from Ashanti region on the front page of the Daily Graphic, reporting truth and accuracy every day. Asantehene tax IGP to hunt for illegal arms on page 13 of the paper. Great time to invest in Ghana, President tells black businesses in the USA. And of course, he also received an award from, the black community in the US, the legislative, a black legislative caucus in the US. Of course, Billy Mitchell giving him that award on the front page of the Daily Graphic.
The award was for what?
Well, he was awarded, let me just get that for you. He was awarded in here as having, well, it's there somewhere. I'll find it for you before the paper review ends. But he was awarded for championing, the black agenda. And
the black agenda.
Yeah, anyway, you can't take it from me. From year of return to beyond the return, and now he's there again, wooing them to come back.
He's championing the black agenda way.
Oh, he's looking out for the entire diaspora. He says, come back home.
He should look out for Ghana, that's all. He shouldn't look out for the diaspora.
Well, they're part of Ghana anyway.
I don't know what blackness he's championing. We are all black here in Ghana. Ghanaians are black. So who else are you?
Well, he's championing the...
He's the president. That's his reasonable service.
Yes.
Is he being awarded for his reasonable service?
No. But he's doing something extra. Of course, he could stay with what you're saying. He could stay with what you're saying.
He's doing something extra in the budget.
Well, I don't know about the budget.
How is your pocket doing? Let's talk about that.
Well, my pocket is not so... I'm not the first of all. I'm not the person who's giving him the award. I'm just telling you what the people decided to award him for. My pocket... I don't know anyone. They should stop that, Charlie.
No,
can't you be happy for the president?
For who?
Oh. Papa no, yeah, dear. For the black community.
In where? Black community where?
I mean, he's of course the ECOWAS chair, of course, pushing policies to get the diasporans to come back not only to Ghana but the entire West African sub-region. That's what we know that he's been doing, and of course Ghana has been taking the lead on that with the year of return. It was massive, you'd agree. Beyond the return, of course,
actually, you get some assistants director of communications for the presidency job where you know talkers.
I beg you, Brian Breno. Anyways, that's what the Daily Graphic is reporting. Also, today is National Farmers Day on page 20. And PNM is urging MPs to exhibit statesmanship on page 13.
The word cries, but the statesmanship has to be defined, though, so that they know what statesmanship is, because they'll come and interpret this to mean 5,000 different things. You know, the whole week I've been listening to them, 2 articles or whatever it is, that 104, 109, they interpret it and go round and round, go round and round. The speaker should just come home, like Alban Bagbin, wherever you are in this world. We beg you, just come home.
You come back 40.
Because as soon as he comes, it actually ends the one step. Then we don't mind. He can come. Today is what? Friday.
Yeah.
So he can, finish up everything, pack his things on Saturday, get a flight on Sunday,
and then go back.
Be here by Sunday evening. Monday morning, we can start. We don't mind. We can start the whole thing.
But to be fair, yesterday we know that there's a 20-member committee that was set up by Parliament with exclusion.
That's for setting up committees.
I agree with this particular committee because I think given the numerical strength of both the NPP and the NDC in the House, some of these things are bound to happen on a regular, especially when there are issues of really high stakes on the floor. And so you need this committee. I didn't think it should be made, a standing committee so that consensus building. The committee should settle the issues before we come to the floor. Otherwise, we're reporting chaos in Parliament.
You've been following the news, the whole Parliament thing, right? The majority of the argument in the past 1 week has been whether the first deputy speaker is an MP or whether he's a speaker.
Yes.
If Mr. Bagbin was at home here,
would have
we have been having that.
No.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
But we would have had a walkout, for instance, because when he was around, yes, but all of that will be solved.
But
if
we would have had 138, or we would have had 137, 137. But we would have had them, those who have traveled and came and didn't come, and people who came and who weren't people but came.
But so what? I'm getting a sense, Adjoa Safo, for instance, has been on extended medical leave since August. She came. Please, I'm talking about Adjoa Safo, the MP for Don't Come In. I don't know which way you're talking about else. But she came, even though she was on medical leave.
The first day or the second day?
The second day.
Okay. The third day, the second day, the third day.
Oh no, she was in on Tuesday, she was in on Wednesday. Yeah, she's been around. And yesterday,
I'm hoping against hope that it was her.
I don't have any evidence as it stands now to claim that it wasn't her. Okay. She signed in, and the records in Parliament showed that she signed in. How did she sign in if it wasn't her?
People's signatures there, yeah. Anyway,
yes. So I'm making the point that if they can be this punctual to Parliament, we've been talking about their truancy, their absenteeism, and not dedicating time to the parliamentary work and so on and so forth. Well, this is getting all of them to come to the House, and at least we get to see our MPs in the House.
Behave, pull chairs.
Well, that's
fight,
one. That's
people.
Well, that's one of it. People. That's one of it, because in the other breath also you have them listening to folks who submitted memoranda on the LGBT bill, and so you can look at it the way you want to look at it, but at least the bottom line is that they come to work. And for me, You're paying you to do the work. Come to work.
But coming to work and not working, coming to work and coming to fight. If you came to work and you came to fight the whole day, you didn't do any reports, you didn't do the news. Will Elvis be upset with you or he'd be happy that, oh, man, all showed up to work, so we must thank God. Go on prayer and fasting, wear ashes and sackcloth that you showed up.
Well, before now, they were not showing up.
So we are grateful that they showed up.
Which would you like better? That they didn't show up?
They shouldn't show up so that we know their incompetence is clearer than it is.
You have nothing to do about that. They are not showing up. You have nothing to do about it.
Okay, so it's better that they show up and fight.
And do the work, which sometimes degenerates into fighting.
Sometimes. Okay, you haven't finished the Daily Graphic.
The Daily Graphic, and this is an issue that's been running for, I think, close to 2 months now.
Which one? The president gets
the court rescinding a bench warrant for the arrest of Sosu.
It's Charlie.
Yes, it is
the Chronicles of Sosu.
I think we should write a book about the
Chronicles. It's just been going on for forever.
Musical chairs that he's playing with the courts. But at the end of the day, the Kaneshi District Court, which actually gave the bench warrant, has rescinded that particular decision. And so, for now, until the police is able to get another bench warrant, Sosu is a free man.
Okay.
And so we are hoping to see how that ends. On the back page, though, Kolebu Teaching Hospital opens new dialysis center. Good news for all those with kidney issues. And COVID-19 vaccines are safe. Pharmaceutical Society assures the public. And so we want to go out and take your job, please.
Okay, I'm going to go in. Okay, never mind. Let me just go to the Daily Guide. Otunfor tasks IGP on guns. Jinapo schools MPs on quorum. Opuni opens defense. This case too has been going on
for years.
For a long time. U.S. legislators give Nana prestigious award. Insurrection hungry Captain Smart arrested. Oh God. Okay, so let me do some international stories. Russia warns of military confrontation nightmare. Nigeria school children drown after boat capsizes. Oh, that's so sad. 29 bodies recovered so far. There's 13 bodies more that they're looking for. May your souls rest in peace. That's really sad. Kenya's president gets sums wrong in national address. Omicron drives major surge in South Africa COVID cases, and Omicron variant now dominant in South Africa. Okay, so President Akufo-Addo has told the black business community in the U.S. about the numerous investment opportunities currently existing in Ghana. Okay, so he talks about all of that. I really want to find exactly what that award was for. It doesn't actually really say in the Daily Guide.
The award? Well, it is the award for the International Nation Builders. In fact, it is the first ever International Nation Builders Award, which was presented to President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo by the National Black Caucus of State Legislators in the U.S. And so you wanted it, now you have it. You have any problem with that?
No, please. Don't send nude pictures, police officers to young girls. That story on page 7 of the Daily Guide. Police chasing clearing agent for stealing car. Valco supports Kumasi Children's Home. Center spread. Miss Ghana arrives in Puerto Rico for Miss World 2021. Rihanna pregnancy rumor goes viral. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. We are on course for FEMA defense government social interventions. Changing lives in Zongo communities. The Zodi factor. The musical presidential debate is tomorrow, and we'll be having guests in the studio this morning talking about them. It happened at the Labadi Beach Hotel, and it's being organized actually by Showbiz A to Z, empowered by Joy Entertainment. It'll be live on Showbiz A to Z tomorrow between the hours of 2 and 6. Now, this presidential debate will focus on key areas affecting the development of Ghana music industry, and questions would seek to elicit solution-based responses from the presidential candidates. Now, the three who are standing for musical president are Bessa Simons, Ras Caleb, Apia Levi, and Deborah Freeman. So it should be interesting. Tomorrow, Veep gives swag, big cash, Safa boss mad at FIFA, Goldfields PGA golf tees off, and Gold Star Air supports Street Academy with boxing equipment. And that's it for the Daily Guide. Do you have
the Ghanaian Times from the front page, of course, reporting that President Akufo-Addo award in the U.S. and also the fact that he's wooing U.S. black businesses to come to Ghana. And so that's what you didn't talk about. You talked only about the award. Like he's actually courting investment for the country.
Yeah.
And now Ghana detects 34 Omicron COVID-19 variant cases. That's according to Noguchi. And out of 120 samples, 28% of them came positive for Omicron. FDA launches war against expired goods at Xmas with a picture of Delise Mimidako, CEO of FD, and government to decorate 150 farmers' fishes at 37th National Farmers' Day celebration today. And so inside the pages, I'll take you to Parliament. You don't like to hear about it, but that's what you have. Yao Petechi reports from Parliament and says that Parliament yesterday adjourned to Tuesday, December 7, 2021, without doing any business, be it private or public. The House, which commenced sitting around 1:30 p.m., lasted about 5 minutes before adjourning after prayers were said. Presided over by the Second Deputy Speaker and MP for Formina Andrews Amwakwesiamas, the House did not even consider the votes and proceedings of Wednesday's sitting. So it's another showdown on 7th December. Last year, it was the day we decided to give them 137. This year is the day we decide whether we are proud of what we did
That's a good
or we are not proud of what we did. And so more stories in here. The Chief of Staff, Madame Frema Osel Parry, has been speaking. She says government will break all barriers to education, access to healthcare, and support for persons with disabilities.
When?
She's been speaking at the University of Ghana.
When
would they do that?
These barriers? Because they have how many years more? 3 years?
3 years. 3 years.
So they didn't do it in the 5?
You see?
I'm sorry, I know I'm asking you these questions. I'm a government spokesperson.
I'm not a government spokesperson. Ladies and gentlemen of the viewing public, I don't know what anyone is, but government is a continuum, that I know. And the problems are...
I come to speak big English and ask this morning.
I don't know. The problems are...
Which government is a continuum? Which one? Which project does MPP start? Does NDC can't finish? Which project does NDC start that MP can't finish? Do they not always say this one? If they were actually... But if they were actually a continuum or a wine, whatever it is. Like Saglemi, for example, which is sitting there, the houses, nice houses. Every time I'm going to a dine, I drive, I see them.
It's terrible.
The MPP government that have been in power for 5 years could have finished it and actually got it functional. But we are keeping it there as a monument of the failure of the past governments. So which one is the continuum?
Well, we know that there's an investigation.
Or they should stop that. They can't the investigation, no. What do they want to get back some of the money or see if there was corruption? Yeah. So in the meantime, the houses should rot.
It's a process. You can't pay anybody if the person...
It's like, for example, you're at a chop bar, and you are a chop bar owner, and you've made fufu and soup to sell. Now you are saying one of your workers has stolen one goat from the soup. So because of that, your customers are there, you won't let them buy because you are investigating the missing goat meat in the soup. So the soup is sitting there, the fufu is there, the sun is hot, the fufu is becoming peche. And you are sitting there investigating who stole the meat. Once you are waiting to find out who stole the meat, the whole food is spoiling. That's exactly what, and it's not like I'm having a go at just one. That's exactly what they do. Every time there's I mean, look at UGMC. Until we made noise, if it wasn't for COVID, I'm sure by now, like it would just be there.
And I agree. I mean, I don't have anything to say about that. You're right. I agree.
Thank you. I appreciate your cooperation.
But the running mate to John Mahama in the 2020 elections, Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman, who is also a former vice chancellor of University of Cape Coast, is saying that really the witch camps that we have in this country, all of them put together, they are blot or an indictment, as she said, on Ghana's society's conscience. Because I mean, you can't...
Does society's conscience know that it's a blot on them?
Well, perhaps that's why she's saying, you don't know? Because and we've had this conversation about early marriages, okay? In some particular jurisdictions, okay? They feel that it's part of their culture to get the girls in there, get them married. I mean, forget about school, get them in the kitchen, marry them off to some allergy or to some osofo, whatever it is. Just get them going. And in as much as we disagree, we are always campaigning against that, some people think that it's right. And that is why you can't say it enough. You really can't say it enough. I
just asked you a simple question.
Does the society know?
That it is a why on their conscience.
I think we have to ask society.
I think so.
Just
that they know that it's anyway. Mm-hmm.
Hey, Nimsy. This gown, please don't wait again.
Bring the story back if you want to, please.
So there are more stories in the daily graphic that I'm going to give to you.
Okay.
Of course, as we're celebrating the Farmers' Day, there's also an issue of security, and that's what the Asantehene is tasking the IGP to do. The IGP has been touring the Ashanti region, and he actually...
I have a question.
Okay. What's your question? To me or to IGP or to Asantehene?
To the atmosphere. So Asantehene is tasking the IGP to hunt for illegal arms.
Yes, yes.
How different is this from the Volta regional chief who asked the
the education minister.
Minister to come and
complete the...
What did the president say?
Well,
I dare the president to give the Asantehene the same answer. I dare him. I dare him.
No, but I don't know what you're trying to do here.
I'm not trying to do anything.
I don't know what you're trying to do here, but the handlers of the president, and in fact, people in government have said that was a really light comment, which came out wrong. And so...
I'm just saying that he should just make another light comment
for it to come out wrong.
Asking the IGP
but then where will be the place of learning and correction?
There's no place of learning here.
Okay.
That is good for the goose. It's good for the gander. Anyway, I hear Captain Smart was arrested yesterday, so I better behave, or he's been released. Then it's just a few hours.
Hey, relax, buddy.
Come and find me. I'll be in church in Hacho, please.
I mean, on a more serious note, you are having a proliferation of illegal arms.
You're having a wine.
They say two, no, and then I'm crum unregistered, and you don't know where they came from. You know, just 2 days ago at Spintex, there was a demolishing exercise.
Yeah.
Who were brandishing guns, you know, threatening to shoot.
I mean,
this is Ghana.
And you're like, where did y'all get these guns from? Hook me
up. No, don't hook me up, bro. and that, I mean, there's an entire process for registering.
Licensing and registration
exactly.
of a firearm.
And that process includes...
The process has gone on leave. They are not back.
No, but the process is actually live now, today. If you want to, you know, own a firearm, there's a process that you can go through. You have to actually write to the Interior Minister. All of these processes, they are there. But the most important one for me is a psychological check of the applicant, so that we're able to tell. Of course, it's part of the Interior Ministry's processes. So
it's done by psychologists.
Psychologists, yes. We would check to see if
we should try and go through the process and see how well it works.
Yes,
that would be.
Would have to do that. We should check whether you are able to, you know, keep your temperament in check and not just flare up and
get excited and
get
shoot
the gun and begin shooting.
Okay, well, thank you very much for joining me, Manuel.
Anytime, and I like your gown.
It's been. Did I say thank you very much? I was going to say it's been a pleasure, but I changed my mind. Anyway, we're going to take a quick break.